My name is Steve Milburn. I'm I guess I'm marketing guy is what's on my title. So I take care of the marketing and promotion for the company. I also do most of the accounting and the royalty keeping in that. We've been in business about 6 years. We started the company in Montreal, Quebec. It's a Canadian-owned publisher. We do PC games, retail and digital. We started doing both, but now since 2008, we've started strictly digital download now. So we're selling games on the digital channels like Steam, D2D, Impulse, and so on. We mainly deal with developers in Europe and some in the US, and actually some in Canada as well. And we sign the rights to their games, and we basically promote them, market them, advertise them, and then get them distributed throughout the networks. What we're looking for in games is fun games to play. We haven't really set that we're a strategy gamer or a first-person shooter. We have many different genres, from first-person shooter, RTS, adventure, even puzzle games, some indie games as well, independent developers. And what we usually try to do with the developer is get a game that's about 80% to about 100% complete, and we take it and we put it on the digital channels for them. Usually the deals are like a 50-50 deal. So we try to create a nice equal partnership with the developers. They have approval rights to everything that's done in marketing and promotion, and we work with them to get their title onto the channels to sell through in that. And then we basically split the revenue 50-50. Back in 2009, we were dealing with a company called Whitebirds in France, actually, in Paris, France. Actually very famous, it's run by Benoit Sokol. He's very famous in France and actually in Montreal, Quebec as well. For artists, he creates storylines, adventure stories and that. Anyway, the company Whitebirds is famous for their adventure games. And then we're working with Big Fish Games as well. They're the #1 casual digital portal. And Whitebirds wanted to design a game for more of the casual realm. We were working with Big Fish Games and Whitebirds, and we created this new set of hidden object games called Cape Brooks Adventures. And so there's a set of 3 episodes in the gaming, in the adventures of Cape Brooks, and we're working with Whitebirds to create the game, and then we own the IP, so it's basically our game. And what we've been doing here at the Game Connection is trying to sell it for retail in the European markets, Germany, France, UK, and so on.
It's a casual game, right?
Yeah, it's a hidden object game. It's the #1 genre for an audience of mainly females, 25 to 55. It's hugely popular in the casual realm. Yeah, I think so. Like what's happened is the AAA games, the games that cost millions to make and that have been left alone for the bigger developers, your EA, your Ubisoft and that. But what's actually created is a big gap in the middle for let's call it a B title, but still it's a little less gameplay, a little easier to get into, and there's a whole set of independent developers now developing games for that space. And because of the digital realm now, that you don't have to get into the Walmarts of the world to make money off of it, they've been creating these smaller games that take anywhere from 6 months to 12 months to make instead of 2 or 3 years. And they've been able to get them out to the market and be very successful with marketing and promotion. And they reach the audience because the audience is online and they're downloading games. In North America, there's very limited space for North American retail right now. So unless you have a AAA title or a license related back to your game, like for example, casual games, if they have a Nancy Drew license, let's say, that can get into retail. We don't have that. We don't have the kind of bucks that can create a license or a AAA title. So, but in Europe, it hasn't caught on yet. There's still retail space in Europe, in Germany, France, UK. Russia is slowly starting to become more like North America, where the space is very limited for retail. For retail, there's the cost of manufacturing, there's a cost of distribution, there's always a cost to put the product on the store shelf. There's a lot more promotion and advertising involved in that, and that's why we've sort of gone into the digital space. Like 2009 was our best year according to our bottom line, and we didn't do any retail publishing, and it hasn't hurt us a bit. So I think it was a good decision for us as a company to go strictly digital with all our products now. Well, we're working on the IP of Cape Brooks Adventures. That's going to be, they come out in June, October, and November. So we're going to be working on that. We've also signed, it's approximately, I think, about 20 odd games. These are what they call back catalog games. So we contact European developers. Their games never came to the North American shore because of who knows what, but we can get them onto the digital channels. The audience is always circulating in the digital world. So there's new gamers coming in, old gamers going out, so it's always cycling. So that an old game that was released, let's say a year ago, will be new to an audience that just got onto the site. So we take their games, classic games, if you will, and put them on the digital sites and make money for them when they thought the game was dead and didn't have any more money left in it. So we create a relationship starting with those games. If we do well, then they might give us their new games. So we've got the Cape Brooks Adventures, and we have about 20 odd other games that we're working on to get onto the digital space.